Be advised, the opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Welcome to this week's episode of Talk News TV with your host Herman Tiu Laurel, and it's going to be a especially meaningful and eventful episode because today we're going to make a little sacrifice, a symbol of protest for the 4 or 5 million coconut farmers and 25 million dependents in the industry versus the recent decision of the Supreme Court granting to a single individual 70 billion pesos worth of shares of San Miguel Corporation bought from the funds of the coconut levy. It is also a symbolic gesture to represent the cry of the grassroots industries, agriculture, small and medium-scale enterprises and businesses, as well as the middle class, who are all becoming smaller and smaller and smaller in our society, while so much of our wealth goes to a handful of people or oligarchs. Our episode this day and for this week is entitled Head to Head, Farmers versus Oligarchs. And I side with the farmers, I side with our small people, with the philosophy in mind that money and resources and credit should be spread like rainwater and like fertilizer on the ground so the grassroots may grow, the plants may grow, the trees may grow and bear fruit. Because if it goes to the top and nothing to the bottom, then there is no fertile ground for our economy to grow. And with that, joining the thousands of farmers who have already shaven their heads in protest all over the country, which they had. Can we show the previous episode, yung mga pictures natin dyan, if we're ready with it. And I nurtured my hair. As you see, it's a bit more fluffy this week. I grew it extra long for 2 weeks. Dinagdagan ko ng, yan si Sita who will be shaving her head in front of you today. And that was conducted in the elliptical circle. Alam po ninyo, yung elliptical circle was established from the Coconut Fund excise tax sa US pa, panahon pa ni Quezon yan. Ano? And so these are the farmers, including the board members, Philippine Coconut Authority. We'll get his name a little later. This happened last Wednesday. And so today is Tuesday. 6 days later, I'm following up with my contribution to this protest. So I think we can cut to back to me. And my barber is right behind me, and he will start while we start also our discussion. Our guests are Mr. Joy Faustino, Executive Director of COIR, Coconut Industry for Reforms Movement. And as you can see, he is already head-to-head with the oligarchs. And Ms. Sita Esmao, right beside him. And the symbolic balance of justice that is unbalanced, contributed by the farmers. Okay, so simulan na natin habang pwede na dito sa, ito muna, tabi, so I can put my eyeglasses back on. And, my family is expecting this. Okay, so Joey, the past 2 weeks we've had this controversy over one part of the funds in San Miguel Corporation that came from the Coconut Levy Fund. That other part, that part that went to Danding, according to the Supreme Court decision, is around 70 billion. There is a second part that is even bigger than that, maybe 80 billion pesos. Diba?
Yes, yes.
But before we go into that, anong next step niyo after the Supreme Court decision? Are you going to move for reconsideration in the Danding Cojuangco case?
Okay. First, let me thank you, Kamentong, for joining us in the struggle, to get justice, to achieve justice for our millions of coconut farmers. Um, well, the San Miguel Corporation shares really is the crown jewel of the coconut levies. Sa maraming investments na ginawa from the coconut levies nung panahon yon, under the administration and management of no less than Mr. Danding Cojuangco himself during martial law period. Dito napunta yung pinakamalalaking investment at ito yung lumago ng katakot-takot. The other week, we talked about the 20% San Miguel Corporation shares, which the Supreme Court granted ownership to Mr. Cojuangco simply because the PCGG cannot prove that it was ill-gotten wealth, nor can they link Mr. Cojuangco as a crony of Mr. Marcos. So these are purely technical issues. Hindi pa rin po nasagot kung si Mr. Cojuangco nga ba ginamit yung sarili niyang pera para mabili itong shares at hindi yung coconut levy. Sa ganang amin po, sa paniwala ng mga coconut farmers at kaming mga grupo na sumusuporta sa kanila, ang perang ginamit ay mula sa coconut levy. Kaalinsabay nitong binili ni Mr. Cojuangco para sa sarili niya using the coconut levy, ay meron isa pang bloke ng shares na mas malaki at ipinangalan naman under CIIF, the Coconut Industry Investment Fund. The Coconut Industry Investment Fund shares in San Miguel were bought by 14 holding companies, not directly by CIIF. Ang nangyari po, umutang ang CIIF sa United Coconut Planters Bank ng pera, ipinangtayo ng 14 holding companies, at yung 14 holding companies na ngayon ay mayroon ng kapital, nangutang muli sa UCPB direkta. At ang lahat ng kautangan na to ay ipinangbili ng mas malaking block of shares, 31% shares in San Miguel Corporation. So pareho sa ginawa ni Mr. Cojuangco. Para magkaroon siya ng sariling shares, umutang din siya sa UCPB at nag-cash advance dun sa mga CIIF oil mills. So, ang lahat ng yan ay galing ng coconut levy. Ang masakit po, tila itong Supreme Court natin ngayon. No? Sinasabi ko ngayon, kasi yung mga nakaraang Korte Suprema, ang mga naging desisyon po ay, ang coconut levy ay prima facie public fund. Sinasabi nilang hindi lamang yan may bahid ng public fund, kung hindi, kahit anong kolektahin ng gobyerno na buwis, ay public fund. At kailangan sana patunayan ni Mr. Cojuangco na talagang pera niyang personal ang ginastos niya para mapunta sa kanya yung shares. Pero yung Supreme Court ngayon ay pikit mata na nagdidesisyon. Walang pinatunayan si Mr. Cojuangco, bagkos inamin pa nila sa korte na inutang nila ito mula sa UCPB. Ay bakit sa kanya ngayon ginagrant ang ownership? Yung kabilang parte naman ng San Miguel na mas malaki. Ang ginawa ng Supreme Court ay pinabayaan nilang na i-convert nung dating PCGG sa ilalim ng administrasyon ni Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. I-convert ang common shares to preferred shares. Matapos yung i-convert yung common shares. When they converted when prior to the conversion of common shares, these shares were valued at around 56 to 60 pesos per share. After conversion, San Miguel is now bragging of 150 pesos per share.
Okay.
Per share of the common.
There's one point I want to bring up. And I'm beginning to feel cold dahil may tubig na pala dito sa aahitin na tayo. This whole issue did not go to trial. That's a big issue, di ba?
Yes.
Because hindi sinubukan yung mga facts of the case. That's the real tragedy of it. So, mga debate at diskusyon sa mga abogado at mga huwes lang. At hindi umabot doon sa inihaharap yung mga ebidensya sa pagsusuri.
merong mga hiniling na ebidensya yung Sandigan Bayan that sabi nung itong Supreme Court that PCGG failed to present. No? Pero ang sabi naman kasi ng PCGG, bakit kailangan pa namin magpresenta ng ebidensya? Eh, inamin na ni Mr. Cojuangco na inutang niya yung perang yan na pinangbili niya ng shares. No? Tapos dito sa kabilang bloke, while Mr. Cojuangco is saying na hindi niya kiniklaim yung kabilang bloke. No? Pero sino ba ang nagpa-incorporate ng mga 14 holding companies na nagbili nitong isa pang bloke ng shares? Wala hong sumasagot niyan.
May dumidepensa tulad ni Juan Ponce Enrile at ilang mga senador tulad ni Drilon and so on. Eh, hindi ba meron silang papel diyan sa mga arrangements na yan, ang ACRA, yung law office?
Well, ang lumilitaw ho, if you look at the 1986 COA report, you will see that the biggest stockholders of UCPB, 77.9% equity of UCPB, is owned only by 11 names. Karamihan doon, Cojuangco, owned. Pero nandun din yung Jaca Enterprises at saka Accra Investments Corporation. So, hindi lang po law office yung Accra. May Investments Corporation.
Anong ibig sabihin ng ACRA? Do you recall?
Well, it's Angara, Cruz, Concepcion, Regala, and Associates, I think.
And I hear that Rocco was also part of ACRA at the time.
Yes, they were
Raul
senior
Rocco.
partners. Ang dating Secretary Raul S. Rocco. In fact, Mr. Rocco even became corporate secretary at one point in time of San Miguel Corporation. The Senator Franklin M. Drilon was also a senior partner of ACRA din. Yung 14 holding companies po na sinasabi ko kanina, yun nga was even named after the acronyms of this ACRA
For
lawyers.
example?
Well, you will see 114 holding company named Anglo Ventures Corporation, AVC.
Anglo Ventures Corporation.
O, AVC kasi meron po silang senior partner na Avelino V. Cruz.
Ayun.
This is not the Avelino V. Cruz that was defense secretary.
So hindi yung the firm na Avelino
No,
Cruz?
no, no, no. This
iba
was
ito.
the old Avelino V. Cruz na with ACRA.
Okay.
Then there was Tedeum Resources,
Tedeum, TD.
TDR,
R.
because there was a senior partner named Teodoro D. Regala.
Ayun, okay.
And then there was Rock Steel Resources, RSR. This one was named after the acronym of Raul S. Rocco. And a First Meridian Development, which was named after the acronym of Franklin M. Drilon.
Okay.
Yun, ganun.
So, ang galing din nila, nakabalot pa sa codes ang mga kumpanya.
Correct.
Yung pala initials ng mga abogado ng ACRA.
Nakasuhan din ho ang ACRA noon sa Supreme Court. However, ang sabi lang ng mga abogado is yung client-lawyer relationship that they cannot divulge. So, ACRA until today is saying that they merely incorporated the companies and did not know kung ano na nangyari after.
Okay. So, ayan, that's one part of the Coco Levy Fund that went to San Miguel. The second part, which is the bigger portion, what is happening to it?
Well, right now, na-convert siya sa preferred shares and lost about 100 billion pesos in value because of the conversion.
Paano nawalan ng valor sa conversion lang? From preferred to preferred, from what?
From common to
stocks.
preferred.
Can you elaborate for audience the difference between common and preferred?
Sige po. Yung common shares, pag ikaw ay common shares or equity shares holder, ikaw ay owner noong korporasyon.
Okay.
Kaya dati po, nag-a-appoint ang ating gobyerno ng kanyang mga nominees to the board of San Miguel.
Okay.
Because they are part owners. Okay. Nitong huli, sa ilalim ni Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, sa pangunguna ni Camilo Sabio sa PCGG, minabuti nilang